Friends, I would like to talk today about the current efforts being made for the opposition unity, which is of course a critical need of the hour. It is realized across the political spectrum that BJP's continuance in power is deeply harmful to the country. The economy is in ruins, the society is turned asunder, foreign policy is confused and in an atrophy, particularly in the wake of the withdrawal of Americans from Afghanistan. The horror that has been left behind by the American and NATO troops, and India being a mute spectator, is really an unpleasant experience, because the developments in Afghanistan will affect India's geopolitical future. That is why the opposition parties are trying to come together. There was a meeting by the so-called G23 at Mr. Kapil Sibal's house, without, of course, the concurrence and participation of the Congress leadership. While Congress party is somewhat the elephant in the room, the opposition parties realize that there will not be a viable and a formidable opposition platform without Congress. That is why when Sonia Gandhi, who headed a successful coalition for 10 years called UPA 1 and UPA 2, is reviving the opposition unity exercise. While it is desirable that the opposition parties should come together, there are problems in terms of organizing principles, in terms of drafting a common political agenda, and finally, and most importantly, deciding on who would lead this pack. Organizing principles really are not even discussed, because in our current political culture, the personalities somehow precede the principles, whereas it should be the other way around. If you put the principles first, then personalities can be put in their appropriate and legitimate space. But we start with the leaders. Yes, many democracies are leadership based on charismatic leadership, but mature and advanced democracies also discuss principles. That is why their institution building becomes easier. In terms of our agenda, there is a conventional practice that you draw a common minimum program where you average down the interest of different parties or priorities of different parties, and then you come to a common minimum program. I think that is also a wrong way around to draft a program. It should be really a comprehensive program, drawing issues from the people's expectation as well as political parties' agenda. So there should be a wider consultation involving people outside political parties as well, the experts, the think tanks, the research organizations, consultants, to draft a progressive and comprehensive agenda. Finally, the leader. You see, it is not difficult. If you draw a principle framework to elect or co-select a leader. When I say co-select, you nominate a team of people, so-called wise men and women, from inside the parties or from outside, and they will go through a consultation process and suggest a popular leader who could lead the opposition and pose a challenge to the BJP and provide a credible alternative. Or else you constitute an electoral college consisting of the parties coming together, their MLAs and MPs or local government officials. The criteria of membership for that college can be decided. So that college, through a secret ballot, should elect the most popular leader. It does not matter whichever party he or she belongs to. It need not be necessarily the leader of the Congress party or any other major party. Congress claims the leadership by virtue of being the largest party in the pack, but that is not being accepted to people as well as to the political parties. Their leadership has been tried and they think that that leadership will not be able to outsmart or outmatch the charisma, so-called charisma of the present Prime Minister. Hence, the leadership should be decided by an electoral college, and the other positions, of course, when they come to the government, can be decided on the basis of the respective strengths of the parties inside the parliament. That is how the opposition unity should be brought about. And finally, I would say that in the age of expert help available, the parties should also find a professional with experience in brokering partnership, building coalitions, setting up modern organizations. There is expertise available, and they should seek that expertise to help cement this opposition unity. By themselves, they have not been able to do it for so long. Now it is 7th year of the ruling party, and most likely they will not be able to do it in future. So a dispassionate, unattached political consultancy is required to help the opposition parties come together. Thank you.